high. Chemical process consists of reaction stage or separation stage where the reaction stream can be separated and purified. Separation process is a method where solution or mixture can be separated into two or more distinct products at the end of the process. In this process, there have several problems and solutions that can be seen and can be solved. In this case, we will go deeper about petroleum refining oil, but we will be more focusing on crude oil refining in distillation column.
The first process for all petroleum refineries is known as distillation process in crude oil distillation unit, or known as CDU. This is the process that we want to elaborate in terms of its problem and solution. In this process, crude oil is heated and fed into a distillation column. As the temperature of the crude oil in distillation column rises, the crude oil separates itself into different components called fractions. The fractions are then captured separately into various fractions of different boiling ranges. Each fraction corresponds to a different type of petroleum products, depending on the temperature at which that fraction boils off the crude oil mixture. Based on the figure, it shows the process in the crude oil distillation unit. After the incoming oil preheated by heat exchanger, it is then desalted to remove inorganic salts such as sodium chloride. After that, the crude oil is further heated in fire heater at temperature around 398 Celsius and rotated into the bottom of the distillation unit. Cooling and condensing of the distillation tower overhead is provided partially by heat exchanger with the incoming crude oil and partially by an air-cooled or water-cooled condenser. Then, additional heat is removed from the distillation column by a pump around the system as shown in the figure. And the overhead distillate fraction from distillation column is naphtha. The fraction removed from the side of the distillation column at various points between the column top and bottom are called side cut. Each of the side cuts, such as kerosene, light gas oil, and heavy gas oil, is cooled by exchanging heat with the incoming crude oil. All of the fractions, such as the overhead naphtha, the side cut, and the bottom residue, are sent to intermediate storage tank before being processed further to get the heavy residual oils into end product petroleum coke, as well as naphtha and diesel oil byproduct.
Okay, so this is an example of distillation column in a small scale. Even in industry, it is widely used. But there are several cases that distillation column faces over time. Okay, so let's see the problem that undergoes by distillation column.
The first problem of distillation column faces is hundreds of hydrocarbons will enter the vessel in one time. For example, naphtha, paraffin, sulfur, octane, and many more. And how does the vessel handle all of these substances in one time? Does the distillation stand from all of these substances? Move to the second one. Because there are so many mineral and chemical substances, they tend to have different physical and chemical properties. As we all know, distillation separates their components according to their boiling point. But how does it do so to make sure all the components is separated according to their group? This is because the boiling point of diesel, fuel oil, lubricating oil are 300, 370 and 400 degrees C respectively. Well, all the boiling point is different, so let's see how it operates later. And lastly, the problem that every vessel or pipe faces is the presence of volume because of excessive mineral in the chemical substance that flow into the vessel. As you can see from here, is the example of volume. The question is, can this three problem will be fixed, and how does it fix?
Needless to say that distillation column has their own distinct function. For example, distillation column is used to separate multi-component mixture. However, there are a few that can be occur in distillation column. For either is in the distillation column itself or its process. In this section, we are going to discuss about the proposed solution for the solution for the first problem is by using cracking method. This is because cracking method is used to separate the large hydrocarbon into the small pieces. Since crude oil has many different types of hydrocarbon, there are 4 types of condition of cracking method. The first one is steam, second one is thermal, the third one is vice breaking, and the last one is cooking. Consequently, the industry can get their selected component of crude oil to make their product.
Moving on to the second solution of the problem is that the method of fractional distillation. The difference between the first solution and the second solution is that the first solution is used to break the hydrocarbon, while the second solution, which is fractional distillation, is used to separate a component into various components or fractions. Vapor rise to the top of the column. The tray will collect the vapor and separate it into various fractions of the liquid may pass through condenser to cool it down and to storage it into the storage tank, or it can be transferred to another section where it can be further processed into the desired collected liquid may pass through condenser to cool it down to store it to the storage tank, or it can be transferred into another section of the process or the plant for it to be further processed. Method, the substance can be easily fractioned into their own components and their own specific stream where it can be produced into the desired product.